Blog Talk Radio. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning into Yvonne Luttrell's podcast. I am the host, Yvonne Luttrell. My co-host, SC, and I are here today for this Thoughtful Tuesday. SC, how are you?
What's up, girl? Good. How you doing?
I'm great. Thanks for asking.
See your videos of you on the beach, girl. You having fun, I see.
Oh, of course. You know I'm such a good beach bum. Yeah, that was, what day was that? I think Sunday? Wait, was it Sunday? Oh, my gosh. I don't even remember. I think it was Sunday. Wait, what's today? Is Tuesday. Yeah, it was Sunday. Oh, my gosh, my mind is, like, totally blank right now. So, yeah, I went to the beach. Oh, my gosh, I had an awesome time. So, you know, I had to put my little video on the gram, on TikTok, you know, show off or whatever. But, and that song, oh, my gosh, I love that song. So I have to do a commercial to that song. And, again, because remember, we're going to be talking about mental health. This is Mental Health Month, so there are a lot of people out there that's dealing with or struggling with depression and sadness or whatever. So we're going to talk about that, not this Saturday, but next Saturday. This Saturday, we're going to be talking about the LGBTQ community because it's Gay Pride Month, so we're going to be talking about that. But yeah, so enough of that. Yeah, what's up with you?
Not much. I got a lot of exciting stuff going on in my life, and I'm just trying to grip on my mind around it. Tonight's guest is a return guest because we've been getting so many emails from people asking for some people to come back to the show because the guest had questions. And if it wasn't for him, some of this stuff wouldn't have been possible. So when we did the return guest, I knew I definitely had to bring him back. You know,
right,
and that's
right.
Coach John Alexander. And we'll be talking to him in about a half an hour. But at the moment, you know, everything is looking good. Everything is looking good.
Yes, yes. I'm super excited about everything. Mhm.
And it's about to go down.
Right. It surely
that
is.
ain't Kevin Hart voice, but I tried. I never said I was a good actor. I just know my lines. That's it. I know my lines, know when to say them. Time, rhythm, and speed. I got it all together, you know. But you ready to you want to do the oh man.
What? What's wrong with you? Snap out of it. Huh?
No, did you want to do the advertisements, or did they say to hold off on them?
Yeah. So I have some advertisements. Okay. Yeah. So let me get into that. So, if you have a loved one that needs some type of assistance or whatever. Not whatever, but, you know, if you just have a loved one that needs some care, extra care, they could be disabled, have Alzheimer's, just need some help with daily activities or whatever, or just their regular daily needs, there is this company. It's called Comfort a Home. It's an agency, and it's in Florida. You guys can reach out to them. They have a number. Let me see. Their Broward County is 954-744-8424. Again, that number is 954-744-8424. And that's if you have a loved one that needs some care. And also they have a website, www.comfort/of/home.net. And they also have a number in the Miami area. It's Miami Lakes. It's 305-234-7123. Again, that number is 305-234-7123. And also, if you have any joint pains and muscle pains and swelling, there is a new product. It's called Relieve and Relax. Relieve and Relax. They have a website that you guys can check out. It's www.relieveandrelax.com. Also, Kevin Higgins, he is a podcaster, TV film producer, and script consultant. And if you're looking for any of those, you guys can reach out to him. His phone number is 347-599-8798. Again, that number is 347-599-8798. And you guys can always reach out to him through email. That's kpwhiggins@gmail.com. Again, that's kpwhiggins@gmail.com. And I think that's it. Also, guys and dolls, you guys can check out my single. It's Can't You See? Abortion is Murder. It's Can't You See? And it's available on iTunes, Amazon, Spotify, all over. And that's writer, singer, Yvonne Latrell. That's me, guys. Hello, guys. Like, you know who I am. I'm Yvonne Latrell. And also, guys, check out my book, Butterfly Me. It's a book against bullying. And remember, if you are going through any type of bullying, you guys can reach out to us. I was supposed to have the number together. I'm definitely going to have it this Saturday. But you guys can call the studio. If there's any kids out there that's getting bullied or whatever, and you don't know how to talk to your parents or whatever, call up here. Call the studio. Our number is 563-999-3548. Again, that number is 563-999-3548, and you guys can talk to me and SC about it, and we will definitely help you out with that. So, yeah, I'm going to turn it over to you, SC.
Okay. Well, we can start with in other news.
In other news?
What about the did you see okay, let's start from where all of this all started and it built up, I guess. So apparently the Floyd Mayweather little exhibition, did you see what happened? They stopped the fight, and then the dude John Gotti went after Floyd.
No, oh my gosh, I did not. The only thing I know about is after the fight with Jocelyn Hernandez and Lex. That's the only thing I know. But yeah, I didn't hear about that part right there that you're talking about.
Yeah, so apparently they stopped the fight for the guy holding too much or whatever, and then he went after Floyd when the referee called it off. And, Floyd cracked him a couple of times, and then backstage was with the Jocelyn situation. I seen bits and pieces of that fight.
Oh, my gosh, I was supposed to send it to you. Damn it.
Yeah, I seen bits and pieces of that fight because I seen the scene where the girl threw the drink on her because I didn't see her beat up the other girl. But I heard she didn't do it. I heard a dude hit the other girl.
Okay, well, what happened was, and this is not allegedly because this is a tape that I was looking at, so a video. So when I seen it, It's so many different videos. So from one angle, I did see Jocelyn. She had the girl in the headlock. And then I seen another clip of there was this gay dude. Him and Jocelyn was hitting the girl Lex. So I don't know Lex. I didn't hear of her until yesterday. So they said that she was on one of Jocelyn's shows or whatever, something like that. But either way, so yeah, Jocelyn, I guess, was, beating her up or whatever. But the girl got some licks from this gay dude. And the thing is, like, to the guys out there that are gay, like, you're hitting a woman, but, you're still a man. Even if you get a sex change, you still have the strength of a man. So, this girl took some licks. And then, so there was this guy. I have to send you, Essie, please remind me after the show to send you this. Okay. There was this guy in the background, and he was saying, "Hey, y'all get that girl. Hey, y'all get that girl off her. Hey, that girl gonna kill her." Like, people just, like, walking around and, like, not helping. Like, break up the damn fight. And so when finally they did get Jocelyn from, off the girl, like, out of the headlock or whatever, then you see Jocelyn, like, in a rage, punching this person, punching that person, telling this person to shut up. Like, oh, my gosh, like, what's going on? Are you on some type of fucking drug? Like, she had to be on some type of drug. That's what I'm thinking. Like, I do not know, but, like, she was acting like someone that was on some type of drug or whatever because, like, I mean, come on, you just wait till I send you the video, like, hitting this person, punching that person, then somebody threw water on her, like a whole, like, psychotic mess going on, up there. Just really so unprofessional. So she is in jail. She is down here in Florida. I seen it on sheriff.org, so you can look her up and you'll see her mugshot or whatever. And she currently do not have a bond, and currently she definitely do not need one. She need to be in a drug program because, like I said, it seemed like she was on some type of drug or whatever. And if she's on drugs, because I do not know, if she is on drugs, she do need to get some type of help and get into, a program or whatever. I mean, that's just crazy. Everybody just, like, oh my gosh, just so hooded and ghetto. That's just really ghetto. And then, for people who have children, like, this is why these kids act the way that they act. Because now, and keep it real now, Essie, you already know, like, when me and you were growing up, we did not grow up, because me and you, we are around the same age. You're, like, a few years older than me. But I'm just saying, we didn't grow up on reality
I don't know about
TV.
that. You older than me.
Whatever. Whatever.
Never ask him at his age.
Whatever. You're like 3 years older than me. But
sorry.
whatever. But I'm just saying, like, back in the day, like, we grew up, like, watching, like, Family Matters, Full House, just, like, wholesome TV shows, like The Cosby Show. I'm just saying, it wasn't no reality TV and this going on, that going on, everybody fighting and just a bunch of damn crazy bullshit, like. And I'm just saying, so now that's what you have to think about. Like, these kids that's growing up now, all they see is foolishness on TV, foolishness on the internet, like, all day, every day, like. And then not only that, like, and I'm not saying that people who go to church are, like, better than people who don't go to church, but I'm just saying, like, it was more going to church, because I grew up into the church. I went to church so much that I didn't want to go to church. I couldn't wait to stop going to church, because we had to go to church, like, every time you look around, Bible study, choir rehearsal, usher, and just, like, even Friday rap session, like, just so much of activities in the church, like. But I'm just saying, but I mean, looking back, I'm definitely grateful for it now, but I'm just saying it was just church. But, like, these kids now, they don't know anything about family, about anything, about morals, They don't about life, and of course about life, because every time you look around, somebody is pulling out a gun, shooting someone. It's just really crazy, but yeah. But what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, it's just, like you said, I don't care what type of what I noticed, and it's just an observation. It's not picking on anybody, it's just an observation, but I know when other people make observations about the same thing, it normally has a repercussion behind it. But I'm going to jump out the window on this. You ever notice that the men that transition to women are the only ones participating in certain things? And what I mean by that is you see more of the men that are either transgender or gay fighting the women, whereas you don't really see it the opposite. You don't see a woman that transitions into a man trying to get into a male sport. You understand what I'm saying? You don't see them wanting to fight a man or step into a man. But you'll have regular straight women do it. But as far as them, I guess they look at it like, okay, you want to be a man, I'm going to treat you like a man. And it's just an observation. I'm not picking on nobody. I'm not saying, oh, this is right, this is wrong. I'm just making an observation. That's all.
Right. Yeah, that's true. And, oh my gosh, and I definitely have a lot of things to go over a Saturday about, just the LGBT community, period. It's just like I just definitely have quite a few things that I definitely want to go over Saturday. But in other news, do you have any other topics that you want to discuss? I sent you a lot of stuff to everything.
Yeah, but
I think go ahead.
But go ahead.
No, I was going to say I think I did send you something on Jocelyn that fight, but I didn't send you the one that I want to send you. I'm going to text you that one. But
okay.
Yeah, anything else though, like in particular that you wanted to talk about?
Well, I wanted to talk about the situation on I-95 in Philly where the bridge collapsed. I was trying to get more details on it, but all they're just showing is section of I-95 has collapsed in Philadelphia after a tanker truck caught fire underneath. Why?
Oh, yeah, I did see that. I did not really get, enough information on that to really give my views on it.
Yeah. It's just right now, it's so hard to figure out what's real and what's fake. Man, I've been watching these AI generated things. So it's like you're nervous to report certain things because this was the first time I seen it. Was on a post on Instagram. But when I tried to look up the thing, I didn't see too much about it. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm kind of nervous sometimes when I don't. But I just thought maybe if somebody saw it or knew anything about it, they could probably just hit you up with the email or whatever, or, probably after the show I'll look into it more. And I'll bring it back up, I don't mind spinning the block, That was like the 12,000 fish that washed up on shore in Texas. Did you see that? That's crazy, It's like are they putting stuff in the water, or these fish just, I don't know, man. It's just getting crazy and crazier. I knew there was something else. Hold on, I'm trying to open up this other stuff to see.
Well, I do want to say congratulations to Denver. They beat the Miami Heat, and of course, yes, I definitely was rooting for the Miami Heat, but at the same time, Denver was definitely, oh my gosh, they definitely was balling. They definitely played really good. Miami, I want to say, they did a good job as well. It wasn't a blowout. They definitely tried, but this is Denver's first win. This is their first game ever, and I definitely think that they deserved it. They really did play really good. I watched the game, and I did want Miami Heat to win, but I was not betting on Miami Heat. I was betting on Denver only because Denver was really, Denver was really balling, and it would have been good for the Miami Heat to win again because this is Udonis Haslem last year. He's going to retire, but at least he have a few championships with the Heat, so I think this was really well deserved for Denver. And oh my gosh, the Jokic, whatever, I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name correctly, but he is definitely a great player, so congratulations to him. He did his thing. So, but yeah. In other news, I'm giving it back to you if you have anything in particular.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about the cop that was in the gas station, the BP gas station in Detroit, and the kid tried to take his gun. Did you see that?
Oh my gosh, no, I didn't.
Yeah, man. So he was standing there placing the order. From what I could see in the video, he was standing there placing the order, and this kid came and stood next to him and tried to take his gun. Now, the kid apparently was with some other kids in the store, and when the cops started fighting them over the gun, the kid scooped him and dumped him. And when he scooped him and dumped him, the friend reached in his own pants and pulled out his own gun and started pointing it at the cop. You know? So.
And what happened?
They got away. They're doing a big investigation on it. You know?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy.
What about I got something else crazier. How about the pastor that was sleeping with the the woman in the congregation? That's always going on though, but it was just crazy. The husband was sitting outside, he videotaped it, he put it on every social media that he can possibly do. He's talking, he's like, yeah, my wife, I went through her phone and she's having an affair with the pastor. I sent her some dick pics and a whole bunch of other stuff. So he's sitting there and the wife comes out the back door. So he gets out his car, approaches the wife, and he tells the wife, like, yo, what you doing here? This, that, and the third. So she's like, oh, whatever. So he's like, I know you here to see the pastor. He said, give me your phone. So she said, what do you need my phone for? So then he wound up getting her phone. He asked her for the passcode. He opened up her phone. He shows the screen. So you see all the messages between her and the pastor. So he's like, yo, what room would y'all in? So he goes up to the room. The pastor opens up the door. And he's like, yo, what y'all doing? This, that, and the third. He said, yo, what you doing, pastor, with my wife? So he said, oh, no, I was praying for her. This, that, and the third. So he said, oh, with your pants open? And then he said, there's a condom on the Bible. So he picks up the Bible. He says, I was sure this scripture or whatever.
He said, no what?
And he was showing scriptures or whatever. He was just counselor. It's not funny because, that man was hurt. You could tell that man was hurt, But the excuse that he used was, like, crazy. So then the dude was like, yo, he gets he's holding his wife's phone. So he says, I wonder if the first lady knows about this. So you know what? I'm gonna call the first lady. So she's like, what's the first lady under? What you got her under in your phone? So she's like, first lady, duh. So I'm like, damn, you don't even have any like remorse. You're getting smart with this man after you get caught, So then she calls the first lady. She answers the phone. He's like, yo, you know where your husband at? So she's like, nah, he's supposed to be such and such and such. So he's like, nah, he in the hotel with my wife right now. So she hangs up and she calls his second phone. So the pastor picks up. He's like, nah, it's just me in here. This, that, and third. He said, no, it ain't. It's him and my wife. It's him and my wife. So him and the wife smoked for a little minute. He hung up. So the pastor's like, all right, you happy now? You got me caught. You happy now? So he said, nah, man, you doing all of this with these women, this, that, and third. So the nigga said, this was the craziest shit. He's like, yo, my name, I'm Pastor Jerome, but these hands are still in the streets or something like that. So he's like, so you want to fight? That's what you're telling me? So him and the husband got into a fight. And I kind of think the pastor won because you couldn't see nothing. But the pastor kind of was talking trash afterward, and most of the time, you know, so the husband was like, so the wife was like, please stop. So she runs into the bathroom. The husband leaves out. So the pastor tells her, you got to go too. So she got thrown out by the pastor. Then they get downstairs, a whole big thing or whatever. So now it's all on social media, and everybody is trying to find out who this pastor is because his face was blurred out. So when you go into the comment section, you know, they say pastor, whatever. So when you click on it, it gives you a whole bunch of other stuff that's not actually that pastor.
Oh, yeah.
You know? So, you know, it was crazy.
Mm-mm. Yeah, that really is crazy. You need to send that to me.
Yeah, I'm gonna send it to you. I was looking for it right now that I stopped talking.
Okay, well, I mean, if you can't find it, you can always send it to me later.
Yeah. But that was it that I had. It was something else, but I can't find it right now. Oh yeah, I was watching this thing on Facebook. You know, I follow Country Wayne, you know, and his skits and everything like that, and I follow the majority of the actors in his skits. So they have a little group that's called Wayne's World or something like that, and they ask different questions, and they were talking about like the women that are younger, how the older women look better than the younger girls. And then they started putting up pictures and comparing. And I wanted to say, wow, these fucking kids look weather beaten. There was this one lady, she was 60-something years old. This woman looked every bit of 30-something years old. And then, you know, and I was like, well, people could lie or whatever, but I was like, damn, she looked good. And there was another girl up there that was like 20-something years old, and she looked like she was 40. And I said, damn. You know, so,
wow.
But yeah, that's it. That's all I had to say. I don't know. They say black don't crack, but I don't know. It's doing something with this younger generation. You know, I guess it's all the stuff that they're into. You know.
Yeah, definitely.
They not scared. I remember I asked my son. I told my son, I said, yo, what's up with your generation? He said, we're just not scared to experiment. I said, yeah, but death is death. Who needs to explain that to y'all? What y'all doing is y'all gonna get and it's like, you know, the reasoning. It's like it's crazy to me. Like, yo, y'all don't understand that death is death. Some of these kids act like they got an extra body at the house. It's like they play these video games and they got extra lives in this video game, and they think that it rolls over into real life. You know,
that makes so much sense. Yeah,
these kids are off the chain. You know,
and
they you know.
No, go ahead.
Say it again. You broke up.
Oh,
I didn't hear you. Say it again. You broke up.
No. I said. Say that again. What you were saying?
I was saying that these kids, a lot of the stuff they do, it don't make sense. But I guess it ain't meant for us to make sense. You know, it's not something that we're into, so it shouldn't make sense to us. It only makes sense to people that they're into. You know, but
yeah. And speaking of death, did you see the funeral for DC Fly's partner Jackie O?
Yes, I did. That was a good speech.
What are your thoughts on that?
I think that he gave a good speech. I think that he stood up as a man, and you know, he made a valid point, man. You gotta have God in your life. You have to, because if you don't have God in your life, you're not gonna pull through a lot of things. Because life is gonna beat you up. Life is not meant to be fair, and it's not gonna be fair to anyone. And that man understood that and recognized that. And he told his kids, like, yo, my mom is still here with us. You know, I don't know what people believe, you know, but people believe
some
in
people
heaven.
don't
Some
believe
people
in
believe
God.
in hell. So, yeah, some people don't believe in God, so it's one of them situations that, you have to have faith that you're going to get through it. And he knows he's in a rough road ahead of him. He got 3 kids he got to raise, but he said he got a good support system. And that's always important. That support system is so important,
Yeah.
But,
okay. Yeah. Well, I can bring on the guests if you're ready. No?
Oh yeah. I'm definitely ready.
Okay. Okay. Hello. Welcome back.
Well, I'm glad to be back. Can y'all guys hear me loud and clear?
Yes, we
yes,
can.
Yes, sir.
Man, you know what? When you come back, when they tell you can be return guest to a podcast, you done a good job on the first go around. Good job,
bro.
Good job,
Coach.
Yes, sir.
Yes, we're glad to have you back.
A couple of y'all had, a couple of people had questions and stuff, and I said I had to bring you back because you was my coach and you walked me through a lot of the questions, and I tried to pull off some of the questions that so many people have. So I'm going to read off some. I don't know if we got enough time, if Yvonne want to read off some or whatever, but because she's sitting in front of the but I got some of the ones. We went through them. Well, we tried. We couldn't go through all of them, but we went through some of them.
Yeah, I'll let you. I'll let you read them.
Okay. So now this is Gay Pride Month. So a couple of people had questions about that with the filming. And the first question was the listeners had asked, would you shoot a LGBTQ film? I guess that was what the question was. Would you shoot one?
Hell yeah, I'll shoot one. I don't care. Yeah, I'll shoot one. An LGBTQ or QHQ? Yes, I would shoot one. Or THQ? Yeah. What's wrong with shooting an LGBTQ? What's wrong with that?
I don't know what the question it was from. I'm just reading the question. I don't know what sparked that question, but I'm just going with those questions first, because it is Gay Pride Month, and I want to make sure.
That's like saying, will you shoot an African American film? Yeah, I will shoot an LGBTQ film too.
Okay, so whoever that listener was, that's your answer. The next question is, what do you think about men kissing on camera?
I mean, it's part of acting. It's acting. That's part of acting. I mean, some people may feel, about that. But listen, don't want to say this. I just want you to touch on this real quick. I mean, honestly, people doing it. I mean, it's the way of life nowadays. People doing it for free. Do it while you're getting paid too. What's wrong with it? I mean, just what I'm saying. I mean, I don't see it. I mean, it's acting. People been doing it for acting for years, decades. Yeah, it's just part of the thing.
Okay. We heard you mention, or one of the hosts mentioned about an intimacy coach. What is that? Yes,
I remember one time on the set who has an intimacy coach, and I was thinking about that because you asked the question about kissing. It's just like acting. You got a script coordinator, you got the intimacy coordinator, and you just think that you just going to jump in. Oh man, I'm going to have sex with her on scene. No, it's not like that. Okay, they're gonna tell you to cut. Now, I want you to do next. I want you to grab, her side and flip her around and do it that way. Okay, action. And you're gonna do it right. Cut. I want you to grab that part. Do not put her body and his manhood, or her vagina on screen. Remove it out of the way. It's gonna become acting. You can be like, okay, it's just like acting. They're gonna cut the scene if you do. Okay, perfect. Next, I want you to take her head, turn her around, and blah 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 blah. Action. That's what intimacy coordinator does. It's gonna act like it's acting, because it's not just like, okay, I'm gonna just go ahead and have sex and just raw dog it and just have sex on the scene. No. And you just go get, no, I'm going to have, no. This actor, you be like, how many times you going to do the sex scene? 5 times for a 2-minute sex scene. That's what the intimacy coordinator does.
Okay. All right. So they get an answer. This is it's the same question, but different networks. Somebody had asked,
okay,
how can someone get on Tubi? That's the first one.
How can
the
you
other
what?
one, how can somebody get on Tubi?
Oh, man. Well, Tubi, there's a lot of ways to get on Tubi. I know Tubi has an application that you do to fill out. Now, are you talking about Tubi as getting your film on Tubi or becoming an actor on Tubi?
I'm assuming a film. I don't know. I'm just going by what the question was.
You got to finish the film. I'm surprised people say, how you get on Netflix? They said Tubi. Okay.
That's what that was the next one. The next one was, how can someone get on Netflix? I said
well,
the same
like
question,
say,
you
still have to have a producer for Netflix. I'm sure is one of those. And I think Tubi now too, because it's now run by Fox. So now things have changed, especially when the strike is over with. Different processes for Tubi, maybe the other networks. You just got to have either someone that has a deal with the networks in order to get yourself on, or it's a different ways you can get it produced, whatever. But you just got to, honestly, to be honest, you just got to keep on pushing to see where it's going to end up at. Tubi now, you can actually get your movie on Tubi before then. Just do it, sign the paperwork. I saw the application for how to get on Tubi and how to get yourself on Tubi to monetize. You can actually monetize. I don't know how it is now since Fox is now on Tubi. But like I said, the Netflix and all that stuff, yeah, you would need to have those big games. Netflix is like the Warner Brothers and Sony's now. So you would probably need somebody to know somebody to get yourself on their network. He's not going to solicitate. He's going to call unsolicitate your stuff. You just can't say, here's my film. I want it on Netflix. You have to know somebody to know somebody. I'm just saying.
All right.
And also,
now,
make sure your stuff is fully funded.
You said fully funded?
Some films, they need distribution. It's a lot of stuff to go into when you do a film. A lot of stuff. It ain't just like, okay, I'm going to do a film, and boom, here you go 6 months later. It's on now. You got to get distribution. I'm talking about if you want to really make money. Because in the film industry, your whole goal, if you're going to spend money making a film, your whole goal is to make money or draw even. And half of that money, so say, for instance, you got a $25,000 budget or $50,000 budget. $30,000 that's going to go into marketing and advertising. So if you want to make your money back, you spend $30,000 on the film, you're going to have $6,000 total. $30,000 that is going to advertising. That's what a lot of people trying to get distribution, so that way the distribution people can help you out. But don't forget, there's something called 80-20, 70-30, 60-40 that they get 60, 70, 80%. You get the rest of it. That's how. So
okay. The next one, I was told you don't have to go to film school. To screenwriting. You don't have to. Hold on. I was told you don't have to go to school to be a screenwriter.
Okay, so you can just go ahead and how you gonna learn how to write screenplays? YouTube.
Well, you know
who's gonna teach you?
Okay.
Who's gonna teach you?
I don't know who asked the question, but I'm gonna tell you from my point of view, being an author, I thought I knew how to write a screenplay until I took your course, And I had to go back and look at everything and say, oh, hell no, this was totally wrong. You know,
those are the same folks. Those are the same folks, honestly, and I've done it with the book world that say, well, I don't need someone to teach me how to write a book. It's like, okay, after you write the screenplay, is YouTube going to go over it for you? Because I've seen it happen where people thought their screenplay was the best thing since sliced bread, and it's jacked up formatting. Who's going to teach you how to do a pitch deck? Who's going to teach you how to do a screenwriting resume? Who's going to teach you how to get paid as a screenwriter? All that stuff, you got to anything in Hollywood, whether you're learning how to write screenplays, writing, doing a film, you're going to have to put in a small investment. No matter what.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have to put in some type of investment. So after you write your screenplay, is YouTube or whatever's going to go over it with you and do a check on your screenplay? That's why they got people that say, okay, that's why I have people say, can you edit my screenplay? I'm going to charge you. Can you analyze my screenplay? I'm going to charge you $1,000, $15,000, whatever to edit, to analyze your screenplay. Some people do that. So, yes. Who's going to teach you how to do a pitch deck? They're going to answer, do you know how to do a pitch deck? Oh, I got to do it. I do a pitch deck. Yeah. So, yeah, who's going to teach you how to do a screenwriting resume? Who's going to teach you how to learn how to become a screenwriter for hire? So, yeah, you need classes for that. Like
and that screenwriting resume is important.
Yeah, people can learn how to write a screenplay, I mean, if they get past further than write a screenplay. But like I said, I teach how to become a screenwriter. That's the difference between writing a screenplay and becoming a screenwriter. A screenwriter. That's totally two different.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I'm going to tell you, what he's saying is very important. And even if you could figure out the screenwriting part, just say you went YouTube University and you pulled up a video or two and you figured it out. Say you put the pieces together and it made sense or whatever. There's more parts to that moving piece. You got that pitch deck, like he said. You got that query letter. You got that resume that, you know, that a lot of people don't know follow. Everybody just thinks that it's all about the screenplay, the script, which is important, but there's things that you have to present for somebody to know how important that screenplay is. You know, so that's that listener's answer. Somebody said, what are your connections for film? I don't know what they mean by that, but that was the question.
I like when people answer me that questions. You know, I'm working on 2 films. Once the strike over with, that, you know, I got credit on IMDb for as a screenwriter for hire, $85 million. But when people say connections, I love when people say this because it's like, because you think because of my connections that it's going to be easy for you to sell your screenplay or get a producer. No. Just because I have connections don't mean that your screenplay is going to get, okay, here you go. They may turn it down. They may even look at it. They may even look at the query letter. So when people come to me and say, who are you working with? Who are your connections? Got a lot of connections. It's the fact that is your screenplay worth sending it over? Is it worth it? They're going to say, yeah, it's the best thing since sliced bread. But then once they realize that it's going to get turned down, I remember a producer told me, here's the thing that people should learn, is that when producers reading your screenplay, I'm going to give you our caveat, I'm going to give you this piece. When they're reading a screenplay, they're not reading it for the story. They're reading it if it's formatted correctly. Because if they don't read, if they look at it and say, listen, this screenplay is jacked up, you need to go back to screenwriting class or something. That has happened. I've seen it happen to one of my clients, but I've seen it happen that they jacked it up, trying to be thirsty, sent out the screenplay, producer read the first 2 pages, realized that the screenplay was all jacked up, couldn't read it, because most producers and stuff read it as a screenplay. We don't read it as a book, so I'm trying to get people out to say, well, most people say, do you like my story? It don't matter my story. Your story can be the best thing out there, but if it's jacked up or it's formatting right, ain't nobody gonna buy it. It's gonna stop at page 2. That's the thing when people say, when I tell people, get your author stuff out of your head and stop looking at it as a story. It's entertainment. entertainment. It's a screenplay. It's for the film. It's visual. And if you basically thinking that, okay, he loves my story, okay, but it has to be read properly as far as screenwriting, because the producers and directors looking at angles. They're looking at INT, which is interior. They're looking at exterior. They're looking at action lines, the sub lines. They're looking at all that stuff, the dialogue, the character names, the parentheticals that's in there. They're looking at that as they're reading the screenplay and reading the story. They're looking at, okay, how's the first act coming? How's the second act coming? How's the third act? Some people don't even read the screenplay. Just send the pitch deck. They say, let's see the pitch deck. The screenplay ain't nothing but they usually call it intellectual property use for it, and then they just go with the screenplay. They'll read the screenplay, but they'll read the pitch deck first, because people don't got time nowadays to read the screenplay. Ain't like it was 15, 16 years ago, where you can actually take your screenplay physically, take it to a producer, and they read it right in front of your face.
What is a pitch deck?
The pitch deck is a PowerPoint presentation of your screenplay. It brings your screenplay to life before it even gets, green light as a film or a TV series. And the pitch deck will have all the stuff in there, like character wish list, your log line, your synopsis, target audience, movie cross, all that stuff. I teach that. Learn how to do the pitch deck, because they're in their days and answer for the deck. They're asking for the deck. Because people are not going to come in and say, Coach, I want to do a book series and all 3 screenplays. I want to turn my book series to 3 screenplays. So ain't nobody going to read one. You think they're going to read all 3? No, do one and do the pitch deck. Nobody got time to read, because your book is a trilogy. You think that someone's going to read all 3 screenplays? No.
Right.
Either you put one screenplay in and call it a day, or I had someone that told me, hey, I'm definitely going to put all 3 my books into one screenplay. That basically watered down your story about 80 pages each. So if you got 3 books, that's 3 books that have 250 pages each, and you try to water it down to 90 to 100 pages, you don't got no story. Because you want to put all 3 of your books into one screenplay, just write one and see how it goes. And then if it becomes a success, you can always do book 2, book 3. But yeah, your pitch deck is the first thing that most people now look at. If you take it serious, they will want to see the pitch deck first. They want to see you do your homework. They want to see you not, okay, here's a screenplay. I'm going to store this out here like it's a book. No. They want to see you basically saying, okay, you did your homework. They want to see the whole package. I had producers tell me, do the pitch deck first before you even do the screenplay. I'm like, what? Yeah. Some producers will want you to do the pitch deck first before you do the screenplay.
Right.
All right. My next question is, how long would it take for my film to be produced?
It can take 6 months, 8 months. It can take 10 years. It all depends on who you're working with. It all depends on the budget. It all depends on if you can get fully funded. It all depends on distribution. Now, if you want to do it, you can always do a film for $5,000, $10,000 and $20,000 and call it a day. You can do that easy. You can do your own film. That's no problem. But if you're looking for big time Hollywood to do it, I sold a screenplay. Some ain't never been made. I got paid for the screenplay, but some ain't never been made. They can just buy your stuff and sell it outright, or just take the screenplay and just say, okay, we got the profit of it. It's our rights to it. Whenever you want to film it, we can. It can take forever. It can take 8 months. It all depends on who you're working with, the budget, and if they really think that it's time to push this out there. And it's all about having a good relationship with your producer. If you got a good relationship with your producer, yeah, it can happen. So your producer be like, hey, thank you for writing for stuff for me, so what you got? Let's bring out your stuff. It can happen. But just don't think it's going to turn around like, okay, I wrote the script 6 months later, Here's the screenplay. Here's the movie. No. Unless you're doing yourself.
Right.
Because I know there's a lot of money, there's a lot of stuff that goes on, a lot of revisions, Zoom rehearsals, revisions, Zoom rehearsals.
They don't realize that there's a lot that goes into it. People think that they write a script and everybody's going to be okay, everybody's going to be on board, and it's going in front. Right in front of people.
It's funny, this thing that I try to tell them, I said, man, this is not, you just because, I feel like this, and I'm going to be real. If you lazy when you write your books, and you thinking, okay, I'm going to turn to screenwriting, I'm going to be better because I think I'm going to get the lottery, screenwriting is 10 times as much of a work than it is writing a book. I've seen it. A lot of people don't finish a class because they know it's not just, I'm going to write my screenplay and then, okay, I'm going to write my book and turn it to a screenplay. No, when you come to my class, if you do that, you still got homework to do. I'm going to still check your homework. And then you think, how you think I did, blah, 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 blah. You need to, sometimes I'm like, you know what? You need to finish out some more pages before I move forward. They don't even want to do their homework. They skip up because screenwriting is not for the weak at heart. This business is not for the weak at heart. I see people that chew you and spit you out. I was in a meeting with a lady, and I told her, do not mention that you are an author. She said, okay, but she did because she thought that she was on Amazon bestseller. So the man said, okay, how many followers you have? You couldn't get an answer. So she said, how many books have you sold? How much money have you made off your books? And she couldn't get the answer. She ain't made no money, but she was on Amazon. So the guy said, why should we look at the screenplay if your book ain't selling? She just opened her mouth, and I just helped her get to that. So be careful what you say just because you a urban author or whatever. Don't let that say, okay, I'm bestseller. And I have some people now that's saying, okay, my book is on Amazon bestseller, thank you, and then they think, okay, it's going to translate to screenwriting. First of all, you need to change the title because some urban fiction books do not belong Hollywood titles. You need to change the genre if it is. I had to change it. Just imagine some books are not made to be Hollywood. If you expect me to get 6 figures off of that screenplay, off of Trap Queen Murder on 1,000 Tip, my hunter, my killer on a thriller killer on a Trap Queen, nah, you need to change that title anyway. First of all, that's not gonna make Hollywood. Nah, you don't understand that.
Yvonne, wasn't that the title of your book you was going to write?
Boy, whatever.
Trap Queen on a tip with my third husband and my wifey sidekick, part 14. No. You would change the title. Then you only want to change the title. And I said, okay, that's your fault. If I send these query letters and stuff like that and you don't get a response back, ain't my fault. Not my fault. I try to help you. You think that, okay, you stay in that position. I tell people, and I feel a lot of authors come to me and say, Coach, I'm broke, and I wrote my 20th book, and I still ain't made no money. I say, well, I don't know what you're doing, but just because you come over with screenwriting don't mean I can teach you can turn over. It's like you're leaving good times, and you're coming over to a different strokes, which is me, helping you become a screenwriter. And then one day you might be able to make it if you learn how to write other genres. And you might be able to make it to Bel Air or to Jefferson. So you can leave good time, come over to different strokes, and leave that part. But there's a lot of authors that I know that's been very successful. It's just the fact that it's your work ethic. And when you think that screenwriting is going to translate you to big money with a $1 work ethic, then you're going to realize, man, this is hard work. And then you're not going to come back. You're going to quit. I have some people that still not finished the class. They've been in class since 2021. They're not finished. They say, Coach, I'm going to get back into it. Coach, I'm going to get back into it. It's their work ethic. They don't want. They think that it's just keeping it clean. No, I teach you how to be proficient as a screenwriter. I got one student. He don't want to say it because of the strike, but he got a deal where he's getting paid. I can say right now 5 figures to do a short, and he just graduated like a few weeks ago. So he's about to get 5 figures. What is 5 figures? Because I know he's getting $5,000 each month for 4 months. Something like that. So, yeah, he's getting paid. I teach you how translation over to get paid. What I'm doing now is that I have some production companies that I'm submitting over resumes to, which I already done for my man SC. And once they graduate, I submit the resume over for you guys to get hired as screenwriters. If they want to take a look at your screenplay, that's fine. That's what a resume is for. That's what happened to SC. If they love your log line on your resume, if they decide they want to pick up your film, they can do that. But my goal is to make sure that you get hired or work and get experience as a screenwriter, production companies. That's what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
So, especially when the strike is over with, it's going to be crazy.
Yeah,
can you tell us a little bit about the strike?
Yeah.
That was okay. So somebody asked that question. Hold on, I'm gonna ask that question, and then it has to. So it was kind of funny how they asked it. It said, "I heard there's a writer's strike. I can't watch The View without them saying something about it. When are the writers coming back?"
The writer's strike. I don't know. This thing didn't last till August. Here's the thing, though, and I'm gonna jump on to the actor strike that's about to take place at the end of this month. So Hollywood about to be shut down like COVID. When COVID shut down Hollywood, that's about to happen. Right now, as the writer's strike taking place, you cannot. Matter of fact, I'm gonna read it and then I'm gonna explain to you some things that can happen. But this actor strike is about to take place and about to eliminate every single thing we may discuss. So I get letters because I'm part of the Writers Guild. I'm a member. So they tell us that, hey, the strike rules prohibit WGA members from writing for hire or from pitching works to producers. Any non-WGA writer who tries to sell, pitch, or I say thirsty, or develops material at the behest of affiliate producers, which are people that are part of the Writers Guild, during the strike period, risk being a scared writer and may disqualify you from future membership of the guild, which means that you may not get credit for any films that you did or get on IMDb credit, whatever. They're gonna disqualify you. So no pitching, no courier letter sent, none at all. Now, you can if you working with a producer that is not a part of the Writers Guild, that's fine. You can do that. But just imagine your pay gonna be low. You're not gonna make if you thinking I'm getting $100,000 or $250,000 or $500,000. Nah, they can't charge you that. So you may get your little $5,000, $10,000 there, but no, you're not getting that big money. If you work with a producer that's not connected, these producers may not even be connected with the Writers Guild. Now, for Tubi, I don't know because Fox owns them and Fox is a part of the Writers Guild. So I don't know about Tubi. But what's about to happen at the end of the month, they've already approved it. There's a writer's strike, there's an actor strike that's about to take place. And about Hollywood about to shut down for real for about a few months. So that's why I tell people now, hone your craft. Do not wait until the writer's strike takes place because you're going to be in the back of the line. Hone your craft now. If you want to learn how to write screenplays and get in the forefront and learn it now while the strike is taking place instead of waiting, oh, we're back now. You could be way in the back of the line. So take advantage of it now. Learn the art while we're on strike because both the writers and the actors might be on strike at the same time, which has never been done before. That's going to be interesting.
Right.
It's going to be like COVID when COVID shut down Hollywood. That's how it's going to end up being like. Now, they finished doing Bad Boy 4, right? So they did shoot some movies. Now, here's how that thing works now. no writer's supposed to be on set. So all the TV shows, my show, Raising Kanan on Power, they stopped that because no writers can be on set. No writers can be on set on movies or TV shows. So what they had to do and what is going to happen, there's no writers on the set to revise or look at the screenplay and turn it over. There can't be one, so they're going to have to shut production down because there's no writers on the set to revise their script. So, because I know Marvel and some other movies that's upcoming had to shut down because they was in production and they had to shut it down because the writer is always on the set. Since they have left the set, there you can't rewrite the script because there's no writers. That's how powerful screenwriting is. Right? I always say that when you're a writer, screenwriter, no one gets hired without the screenwriter or the screenplay first. That's the power that they have. So that's the strike in a short period of time.
Right.
Yeah. It's just, I know this. I'm enjoying the fruits of my labor at the moment while the strike is going on. And I know I talked to Coach earlier, told him that I've been working on my craft. And I'm telling you, if you give a little more attention to your craft, you'd be surprised on what you can establish and what you can change about your craft, and you can see it grow, because I done seen it grow. I done seen it grow a lot with my writing, compared to when, I took his course and everything, and what I did was I ordered the and this is one thing I can say about Coach. Coach will not stop being your coach after you graduate his academy. Coach has training modules that he will sell that remind you of everything that you did. And trust me, after I took the course, I'm not going to lie. I lie to you not, Coach. Stop me when I'm lying. And I think you congratulated me on Facebook, so it's documented. It ain't something I'm saying. I think the first week or a week after I graduated the class, I made back the money I paid for that fucking course. That's how quick and easy it was. And he did my resume, and I got hired because of my resume. You understand what I'm saying? He didn't see none of my work. He just seen my resume. He read the descriptions of some of the scripts that I've written or whatever, and he liked how my resume was set up. So he's a one-stop shop. I'm telling you, it is worth the money. Don't, like they had a thing on Tyler Perry. I said he put $15,000 on his first play, and he flopped. The play flopped. This man is a billionaire to this day because he decided to invest his money into him. He invested his own money into himself. You gotta take a leap of faith. You have to. And he done made so many connections with a bunch of different production companies that when you graduate the class, you could get on, and he'll give them your scripts and everything else. He's just a fabulous instructor. He teaches you everything that you need to know. He holds your hand all the way through, and I will say he will answer the phone. Some of these courses you take, these people, they take your money. That's it. You won't hear from them ever again. They won't even like a statement you wrote on Facebook.
They won't. I've heard a lot of people come back and say, so now I can say I got credentials too. I'm not talking about stuff that I've done in 1993, I was in high school, but stuff I done in 2002, because someone will use what they've done a long time ago to use it. But it's funny that a lot of people will go because of the reputation and then come back to me saying, Coach, I spent $1,000 on this guy, and the only thing I get back is an email and a PowerPoint. I'm like, you mean to me go through the screenplay? Nope, he didn't give us no script. Wow. So I just tell them sometimes it's money making for them, and that's pretty much it. I love coaching. I have people say I love changing lives. That's screenwriting. That's what I love to do. I love changing lives. And now, since I'm able now to do the online course where you still be able to reach me, but you be able to graduate and learn at your own pace. I have people that graduate in 2 weeks with this online course. People graduate because what I do now, I send you out your homework review, video training, as if I'm one-on-one. So that means that you don't have to sit on Zoom for about an hour because, honestly, I got tired of that myself. People are saying, well, can I do it for an hour, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I'm going to just see the video training course. So now I have the video training course where you don't have to sit on a Zoom class for about an hour each week for 6 to 8 weeks and graduate. No, what I would do, I would send out the video training module. You'll go through it, do your homework, and then you'll send it back to me. I'll go over the video training module of your homework as video and send it back to you with some new stuff and tell you your next homework assignment all the way through until you graduate.
Yeah. And he ain't lying. I'm telling you, that's exactly what he did. Everything that he said, matter of fact, he was the first person, and I give him a shout out for it because he brought in so many people from Hollywood to private producers and everything else. He did the first screenwriting award ceremony on Zoom. And it was crazy on the number of people that showed up and the people that actually spoke to us at graduation, because I was one of the graduates at that time, because he had did a, I don't know if that was an experiment or what. It was a 7-day boot camp. He taught us 7 days.
The 7-day boot camp. I think that's the second one that I did.
Oh, okay. But I'm gonna tell you, that was a rough 7 days because he put together a curriculum that normally takes people months to figure it out, and he taught it. And everybody was able to graduate. He did not let nobody walk that stage unless you have all your homework in and everything. He's not one of them instructors that's just going to take your money. He cares about you. And it shows by the people, if you look on his Facebook, on how many people are doing movies and doing production, and, you know, people are doing testimonies. And I'm going to definitely do a video testimony because I got 3 trips coming up right now. And I'm going to probably do them at the airport to show them that this is real. Coach John is for real, you know, and he makes sure that you will get the job done correctly.
Thank you.
Listen, Coach, I got a bunch more questions, but we have come to the end of the show. And we appreciate you, you know. So, but,
let me do the shameless plug real quick. I have an event it's on Zoom, but it's an event. Go to Eventbrite. It's called From Author to Screenwriter. Learn how to take your book or your original idea and turn it to the next Hollywood screenplay. The event is on Eventbrite.com. Just look for From Author to Screenwriter. You'll see my face up there, smiling. But that's up there. That's on Thursday, June 22nd, from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m., probably to 9:30, unless I have any questions, because it ain't gonna take that long. And it's on Eventbrite.com. Register there, and I'll see you guys that Thursday on the 22nd.
All right, Coach.
Shameless plug.
Give them all the other information as well about your academy and contact info.
Okay, the academy. You can go to the website. It's www.coachjohnscreenwritingacademy.org. O-R-G. You can register for either the $600. I'm just let you know how much it's gonna cost. The $600 class, which you get every single thing, or if the $600 is not good for you and you can't afford it, there's a $300 class for that as well. You can also, if you got Afterpay is accepted for all classes. meaning that you buy now, pay later. Full bi-weekly payment, Afterpay is awesome. So just go to the website, www.coachjohnstratacademy.org, or you can reach me on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. I'm back on TikTok. Or just call me, man, 757-805-4030. I don't know. The reason why I ask the number is because that way you know that once you start class, you have my contact information in case you need anything, whether it's a phone call, email, or text. That's why I'll call me and get with me. So that's it for that. I think I'm done.
All right, Coach. Also, tell them about your podcast, because on your podcast, you might answer some of the questions that some of the other listeners had that we were reading from tonight. So tell them more about your podcast, too.
Yes. Podcast is called Lunchtime with Coach John. I call it the only live podcast that comes on right after the Young and the Restless, which comes on at 1:30 p.m. Eastern. Yes. The only live podcast that come on right after the Young and the Restless. Yes. So 1:30 p.m. Eastern to about 2:30 live. But now also, if you miss me live because y'all work, and some people that can't go to the break room and listen to me, watch me, I'm also on Spotify, Spreaker, iHeart, and Apple Podcasts, and Amazon as well to catch the rebroadcast of the show. You may not get my pretty face live, but you can get the rebroadcast of the podcast of the auto version all on those podcast platforms. But yes, it's the only podcast that comes on right after the Young and the Restless.
All right. You heard it here on the Yvonne the Trail Show. Coach John, we appreciate you.
I'm glad.
Man.
I'm glad I'm up here. Thank you so much. Hopefully I made it for a third one whenever I get a third chance to come on. If I make it the third one, then I'm going to be like Bow Wow 106 and Park. That's how I'm going to be like. I'm going to be like Bow Wow 106 and Park. That's how I'm going to be. I'm going to be the resident of this podcast.
Well, we can always bring you back, Coach. You know that.
Yes.
You know, because we still have a bunch of questions.
I'm the Bow Wow of this podcast. I'm the Bow Wow. That's right. Thank you.
Okay, and thank you. Yes. And thank you for coming, and yes, we look forward to having you back.
Yay!
Okay, everyone. So thanks, everyone, for tuning in. That does it for us. Join us on Saturday, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.